Thriving Thursday, where big kids can do big things.
We're the hosts, Brooklyn,
Fiona,
and Ruby, and today we have a special guest,
Dr. Randy Poe.
What was school like when you were?
What was school like when I was a child? Probably similar to you. I was happy to go to school and learn how to read and write and do some math and different things like that, and seeing my friends every day.
What kind of things did you play as a kid?
Oh wow, lots of things. At that time, cowboys and Indians we played a lot because unlike today, we didn't have all the toys that you guys get, so we had to make up different games and things like that, riding my bike. But basically playing cowboys and Indians is the biggest thing I remember when I was young.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, that was. I actually had a cowboy hat and different things like that.
My name's Hallie, and did you go through anything hard as a kid?
Oh, yeah, I think the hardest part of growing up of being a child was actually when school wasn't in session, because I didn't get to see my friends as much because they were all spread out. So that's one of the biggest things there. The challenge was getting to friends' house that you made at school, but you didn't necessarily get to see them in your neighborhood. So.
Thank you.
That's a good answer. Summer break is coming. Are you guys feeling sad about summer?
No!
All right. No. Okay, next question.
What are some things you did in high school and college?
Oh, that's great. That's a great question. In high school, my favorite classes in high school were some of the business and marketing classes that I took, and I was in what was called the DECA Club, the Distributive Education Clubs of America. And actually, then when I went to college in post-secondary, I actually studied marketing and education, and then my first job was at Boone County High School, and I was a marketing teacher and ran the DECA Club. So the things that I did in high school actually led to the profession, and then later being the superintendent of Boone County Schools.
Kind of covered several questions.
My name is
A little closer, babe. A little closer.
Did you go to college to be a teacher?
Well, yes, actually I hedged my bet a little bit. I went and I studied business courses, but I also wanted to be a teacher and do the DECA Club like I talked about, similar to like how you guys have a happiness club here. And but I wasn't quite sure, so I did major in business. But then ultimately when I graduated, I was working at McAlpin's in Cincinnati at the department store in retail. But when I got a call from the principal at Boone County High School, I decided that's where I wanted to be, teaching students and teaching kids.
Thank you.
So since you mentioned happiness, we're all
Yes.
about happiness around Man Elementary
That's right.
and Boone County Schools. So I told them you were one of the reasons we have Spark.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah,
we have a
Spark.
few Spark questions.
That's awesome because I was looking for Spark when I came in and
Yeah,
I saw it.
he's around here.
And with my little escorts, I took the sign out there, the happiness corner down here.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to post about the orange Spark myself.
I'm Tyson, and my question is, how did you find out about the orange frog?
Oh, great. Boy, they have some tough questions here for me today. How I found out about Orange Frog was actually from your principal, Miss, help me.
Krieger?
Miss Krieger. I couldn't. How did that absence of my mind? Miss Krieger actually is the one who gave me a book on the happiness advantage and said, don't you dare make us do a book study on this. So it actually sat on my desk for about 2 or 3 months, and I finally finished my other book that I was reading. I picked it up and I read about it, and the rest was history. I made them all do a book study, and I told them it was all Miss Krieger's fault. The fellow principals said, well, just like you do as a class, you might ask a question, then the teacher makes you do something. They say, why'd you ask that question? Well, that was kind of like what Miss Krieger said to me, why did you make everybody do that? But it was such a great experience. And from reading the book and learning about Orange Frog and the 4 ponds, I decided that, how work with culture in Boone County Schools is through Orange Frogs. And every teacher that you see with an Orange Frog has been through Orange Frog training about happiness. And that was a little badge of honor. They had to earn their sparks. They weren't just given sparks, they had to earn their sparks. And we not only train teachers, but bus drivers, custodians, secretarial staff, all types of individuals that work for Boone County Schools could go to the training. And actually, Miss Krieger was one of our district trainers, her and the principal at Cooper High School, Mr. Wilson. They were our Spark trainers. So that's how I learned about Spark, found out about Spark. And what you're doing here, and what Miss Krieger, Principal Krieger was doing here, we started doing across the district. So Mann Elementary is where Pond 4 was created, and we wanted every district school and every district operation to be a Pond 4. Does that answer your question?
Did you ever get to meet Sean Acorn?
Yes, multiple times.
Oh, I want to meet it.
You haven't met
I
Sean.
haven't met
Oh, you.
I have not met Sean.
Well, you know, Miss Krieger has a definite influence, a straight line to the two Gregs.
Oh, yes.
You know,
yes,
and
I'm aware.
you should get out to when he
I've tried really hard.
I've been at, I think, 6 of his presentations, and I've had 4 one-on-one conversations, actually similar to this with Sean Acor and other superintendents, where whenever he goes into a district and he's presenting there, he kind of has a little panel discussion with the people. So when I was there, I was always invited
He's
to that
pretty
discussion.
inspirational,
Yes.
that's for sure. Okay, Cash.
Yeah,
My
he's
name is
awesome.
Cash, and what makes you so inspired by Spark?
Because Spark is one of those people that he's great to be around about happiness, and you know, he's always got a positive outlook. So the glass is always half full. So no matter what it is in your life that comes up to you that you're confronted with, if you have a positive attitude, you can come and dream about it and overcome any negativity there, because you're looking for the positive. So you turn a negative into a positive. Because with every negative that you have, if you really look hard enough, there's a positive story that you can get out of that. And that's what Spark does, because he's got all his friends there who was in Pond 1, Pond 2, or Pond 3. And if you recall, when Spark started out, he was an outcast. But then he became the person that everybody wanted to be like. So that positive attitude, people want to be around positive people. They don't want to be around negative people, people that don't like to do things. Oh, every day is a new adventure. It's kind of like being superintendent. The difference is I don't have the stress of being a superintendent. So I do things. I'm the executive director of the Northern Kentucky Education Council. So I work with 18 school districts, 18 superintendents, and we work on helping our things. We want to make sure that students are reading on 3rd grade level by 3rd grade. So I go out and get volunteers, most of them retired teachers, to come in and work teaching, mentoring, and I do a lot of consulting work with that. And at the high school level, we work on dual credit so that high school students can earn high school credit and college credit at the same time. So I get to do a lot of things that I got to do as superintendent, but I don't have to do the operation of the district, like cafeteria and buses, making sure they're running on time, and school safety and those things. So a lot of the same work, but a lot less stress. Thank you.
Jackson's got a good one for you.
Okay,
Come on,
they've been all
Jackson.
pretty good.
Hey, yeah,
I tell you,
they're
they're
all
tough.
good.
Hi, my name is Jackson. What was it like to be a boss?
What was it like to be a boss? It comes with a lot of challenges, because just as Spark, you want a positive attitude and a positive culture for everybody. But unfortunately, every day somebody doesn't do something good, and whether that's a student or whether that's an employee, and you have to deal with that. But I always dealt with that by having a positive attitude and working with them so that they could change their ways. If the individual students or the staff wanted to change their ways and learn from their mistakes, things were always great. But if they didn't, that's the part of the job that wasn't so great, because If they didn't want to change, then just like discipline, you have to discipline adults like some students get disciplined in school. So that was the hardest part of the job, is individuals that didn't want to change to be positive and be the betterment, and working so that everybody's having not necessarily a fun time, but a learning time. And learning time becomes fun time when everybody's working in a positive direction.
Wow, great advice.
Hi, my name is Carson, and what do you do when you get nervous?
What do I take a deep breath, just like I did before I came in here for these interviews? I was nervous because you guys asked challenging questions. So you take a deep breath, and you say, what would Spark do in this instance? And Spark would say, you know what, there's going to be a positive outcome no matter what from this. So before I came in, I took a picture of the happiness sign that you have out front, took a deep breath, and came in and said, they're going to ask me some challenging questions, but I think because if I think like Spark, I'm going to be okay. So that's what I do, is I take a deep breath, calm myself down, and my advice to you is never respond when you're upset. Because when you respond when you're upset, you can make someone else mad, and you really didn't mean to. And then you got to go back and apologize for your misbehavior. And so if you take a deep breath and you think about it, don't respond, but respond when you're cool-headed, then you'll be okay.
Lots of words of wisdom.
Hi, Andy, what makes you happy?
What makes me happy? Things like this, coming out and being able. When I was superintendent, my most happiest day every day out of my 13 years being superintendent is when I was invited to come to a class and read to them, because that brought back the teacher in me every time. And even on my desk today, even though that I'm not the superintendent of Boone County anymore, is a picture where I'm reading to students. That is my major thing. So if I can sum up my happiness about what is by being able to be with you all and talking with you all and reading to a different class, that was my happiest days as there. Because I knew that what school's about is for us to learn. And so when we grow up, that we're capable of doing whatever it is that we want to do. So I have always said, chase your dream, dream big, and chase your dreams, and don't let anybody tell you that you can't accomplish your dream. You may not choose to accomplish that dream later on, but you don't not do it because someone tells you you can't do it. So my happiness was always about providing opportunities for people to exceed to their best. And that's what I loved about being superintendent. It gave me the opportunity, whether that's working with teachers or working with students, the opportunity to do their best every day. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Molly, and what are you thankful for?
What am I thankful for? I am thankful, my first thing that I'm thankful for is that I have a happy family, and I love my children. Now they're all adults. They're kind of the old and out of the house. I'm an empty nester now, but I'm very happy that they're all successful. They all went through Boone County schools, and they all went to post-secondary and have done real well. So I'm happy for that, first of all. Secondly, I'm happy also, and these are in no particular order, because my faith is what makes me happy too. I truly believe in my faith, and I think that's part of why I also like Spark, because Spark helps me within my faith. So if I'm ever thinking not a positive thought, I go back to thinking about Spark. I've had some life challenges with my health, like other people have had, and my faith has kept me through that, and Spark has kept me positive through that. So I'm very happy for my faith, I'm happy for my family and everything, and I'm very happy for the career that I had, because remember one of the questions was asked of me, did you go to school to be a teacher? And I kind of hedged my bet. I wasn't 100% sure, but once I was working and once I was there, and once I got that call, I was 100% sure. And I'm so thankful for the career that I did choose, and I think God helped me with that decision. And it said that, for 37 years, I got to help students dream big and accomplish their dreams. And what also makes me happy is just there's not a day that goes by, whether I'm in the grocery store or out to eat or somewhere, that a former student doesn't say, hi, Mr. Poe or Dr. Poe, depending on when I had them at different times. And that's tremendous. Actually, today I was meeting a client that I work with, and I was at Rafferty's, and I was walking in to go to my seat, and the one server that was there said, "Hi, Dr. Poe, how are you doing?" And I turned around, "I'm doing great," and it was awesome. And that was somebody that was in school over 15 years ago. You guys aren't even that old yet. That was saying, "Well, thank you. I'm glad you're having a good day," and it was a great time. So those are the things that really make me happy is seeing people live out their dreams and accomplishing what it is that they set out to do, whether that's my own kids or all my kids, which were all you all as students. And some of you still are, because you guys were in kindergarten when I was superintendent to be in second grade now. So I still have a lot of children going through Boone County schools here that from when I was a superintendent still. So there will be thousands more later on that I'll get to see in the community doing great things.
You keep saying dream big. That's our
Yeah.
motto this year. Dream
Oh,
big.
is it? Oh,
dream
okay.
big, spark
Yeah.
more, and
Well,
what?
that's
Shine
right.
bright. Last
Yeah,
one.
dream big. You got to dream big, because you can't accomplish something in life if you don't dream about it. You got to dream about it, and then you chase those goals. You know, other people call them goals. So you got to have big goals, and you got to say, "Hey, I can accomplish this." Then you got to decide how you're going to go about accomplishing it.
All right, our last question.
Okay.
My name is Samuel, and who or what makes you thrive?
Who or what makes me thrive? Wow, another challenging question. I think what makes me thrive is things that we kind of talked about, our goals, about living a thoughtful life, wanting to make a difference and have a drive that way. And what makes me thrive is seeing people accomplish the things that I can help them accomplish. That's what makes me thrive. That's the reason why, people ask me right now, they say, "Well, how's retirement?" And I'll say, "Well, it's great, because I don't have the stress that I had before." But what makes me thrive is the same thing that I loved about my job as superintendent, and that's helping people. So after I leave here today, I'm going to go meet with an individual that's a client of mine that I do some consulting work with, and I'm going to help him accomplish his goals. So he's stuck on a few things, so we're going to meet and we're going to determine a strategic plan and how he can help himself and how he can get through the negativity he's going to and turn that into a positive for himself. So that's what makes me thrive, is striving to be in Pond 4 like Spark is every day. That I do. I wake up every day and be thankful that I'm in Pond 4, and I think about how can I move someone else to Pond 4.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, girls. You want
Wow.
to close us out?
And that was our show of Thankful and Thriving Thursday.
Yay!
Awesome.